visiting a venue brand new to me today. Can I catch a fish? Good morning, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new venue for me. I am at a place called Kingfisher Lake near Bromyard. It's about an hour and 15 from me. It's been a bit of a drive because the fog's been really bad, but I'm here. I don't know anything about this venue. I don't know if it likes lures, buzzers, eggs, whatever. I just did a little bit of homework online last night, found out bits of information, but I've got no first-hand experience. First impressions are it's a lovely venue. It's got a really lovely log burner type smell when you're walking around. It must be from one of the houses, I'm guessing. And the lady who took my money was really friendly, so big positive straight away. And the fact it's only £20 for a sporting ticket, that's fantastic value. But I'm going to get set up. We'll have a look at the gear that we're using and we'll see if we can catch our first fish from Kingfisher Lakes near Bromyard. So what gear have I gone with? Well, apparently it's quite deep, up to about 20 foot. So I've got a dye 3 on a 7 weight with an olive apps. I've got a 7 weight floating line with a team of 3 flies. Now these are a brand new pattern to me. They're from Alan and Fritz and Flash and they're called a hot glue egg. And I can't work out whether I think they're a bung fly or whether I think you can fish them as a team of nymphs. So I've gone with 3 on a 12-foot leader and I'm going to fish them like nymphs. They're almost a hybrid between a mini lure and a nymph. You've got that colour, but it's quite subtle at the same time. So I'm quite looking forward to trying them. And then the final rod I've got is a bung set up with just a couple of eggs. Obviously this is the first time I've been fishing where I can actually just chop and change and do what I want for months, so I'm looking forward to this. So these might not be on come the end of the day, but I'm going to get down to the lake and see what we think. It's quite misty still. There's a lot of fog around and there's not a breath of wind to go on. I know it's easy to dive straight in at the first peg and start chucking lines, but I'm just going to give myself 5-10 minutes just to see if I see anything move, just to give myself an indication of where I should be fishing. Losing 5-10 minutes at the start by doing that could potentially catch you more fish, because if I start here and fish for an hour but all the fish are up there, I've lost an hour's worth of catching time. I've seen nothing yet. If I don't see anything in the next few minutes, what I'll probably do is start centre of the lake so I can keep an eye on both ends and adjust and move to where the fish start showing. Now, the first thing that's in my head is there's a lot of reed beds and reed cover. So I've got a feeling these fish may very well be quite marginal based, because it looks that type of venue where they'll be down the margins. But like I said, I'll give myself a few minutes, see if I can see anything. If I can't, I'll make a judgment based on the centre of the lake and start from there. I didn't say anything, so I'm going to make my way around to the other side and head for the centre. But as I was walking around, I noticed this inlet, and there's quite a lot of water coming into it and creating quite a bit of colour. So that straight away is making me think slow fished flies might be better rather than pulling flies. But see what the clarity is like when we get round there. Very pretty structure though. Right. So this is the peg I've started on. It's pretty much centre of the lake. But I've come here because it is centre of the lake, as mentioned. But the tiny bit of breeze there is pushing into this corner where I am. And when I was walking around, I did hear a fish splash. It might have been further up there, but I'm not 100% because of the fog. I'm going to start on the bung. I know. And my reasoning behind that is there's not a breath of wind. I don't want to thrash the water to a pulp straight away. I'd rather just cast it out, leave it static for a bit and see what happens. Now that might be fish just under the surface there. If I just drift them around just for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, if I get any indications, I know there's fish here and then I can adapt. But I don't want to risk spooking anything by chucking lures at them or working flies. I just want to see if there's anything in the area to start with, and that's why I'm going with a bung to start with. So I've set the bung at the point fly 6 foot and a dropper 3 foot, and I've got a yellow size 10 egg on the point and a cheese size 12 on the dropper. As you can see, I'm not fishing far out. I've just got this feeling in my head that the fish are going to patrol the margins here, and one of my go-to phrases is, if you think it, do it, because it's just angling experience kicking in. So I'm just going to have 10 minutes down this margin, 10 minutes in front and 10 minutes down that margin, and if it doesn't go under, I'll either adjust the depths or have a rethink about how to start. But this is me opening gambit, and I'm not going to be moving this. I am going to fish it static. I just, like I said, it's all about making as least disturbance as possible to start with. If I had wind cover, I wouldn't worry so much, but it is flat calm. Well, virtually flat calm. I've just had one, literally, it's been out there a minute. I've just had a dip on the bung. It hasn't took it properly. So give it a quick pull just to bring the flies back up. Well, that's a good indication. I mean, it could have been catching on the bottom, but it looked like a fish showing interest in it. If I keep getting indications like that and they're not committing, I might change to the chamois. I know I've just done a video on that, but the water clarity being quite murky and all the reed beds says that might work to me. But I'm going to stick with the eggs just for the time being. Now I've just seen a fish top in this margin down here. I've seen a few move up in the water now. A couple straight out in front, one over there and one down here. I don't know if the camera picks up that ripple, but there's another one just come up there. That almost looked like it was taking something properly. Came up and darted through and went back down. So I think I'm going to take... Oh, you... Trust me to miss a bite because I'm doing camera work. You donut. Okay, I might give the bung 10 more minutes. I've just had a bite on it. I've gone on to the team of flies with these hot glue eggs, and I'm 99% sure on venues with fantastic water clarity they'd probably work an absolute dream. But with the water being so murky, I'm already thinking I need black flies on. So I'm going to give this another 5 minutes, maybe another cast, then I might pop a small lure on the point and maybe a couple of cormorants and fish them slow, because them fish did look like they were chasing, but I don't really want to pull as quick as I can on a sinking line because I just don't feel like they'll see it unless it goes right past the nose. So I'd rather fish slow so it's got more chance of covering a fish potentially. I'll have another cast with these and then I'll I'll change over the team to something else and try that. But I do think I'm in the right area because there's quite a lot of fish crashing and swirling. And that one before, when I missed the bite and the bug, that shot up like a missile, took something and turned back down. It didn't look like it was nymph feeding to me. It looked like it was hammering something, which is saying to me small lures might work. Not saying it will, but that's what my head's telling me. So I'm just going to have one more cast with this and then I'll get it changed over. I've not had a touch on Beamish Killer and Cormorant either. But it's not allowed before, and he's the only one that's caught him on the lake so far. There's a lot of fish moving in this corner, so I'm going to try the Chamois and Bung down here. It looks the type of conditions where it would work. In fact, I know there's fish in this area. It's just that large, nasty profile that might just pick one out. If I can't catch one on it, I'll move around and fish some other stuff elsewhere. They're not playing ball for anybody. I was talking to him, he said he had one on an apps worm. I've got the apps set up, but I don't know, I just can't shift the feeling it's too murky to fish really fast on a sinking line. I'll have 2 more casts on this, then I'm going to put the Bung and chamois out there. The older boy next to me's just had one on a squirmy worm under the Bung at about 5 foot, so maybe me thinking with the Bung is right. So I'm going to fish this one out and then I'll change over. Ah, missed it. Balls. It's a take though. Definitely a take. It's a positive sign. Stood in this peg a lot longer than I would normally. I'm going to fish this one out and then I'm going to have a move. I've had 2 takes on the Bung here. I should have hooked the last one, but it's one of them with chamois. They're a bit, you get more misbites than hookups. It's not loads getting caught though. It's not like I'm doing anything really wrong. Still got a few hours. I'm sure I'll catch one. Right, let's get on the move. I think I'm not going to move far because the fish have been in this area. I think I'm just going to move over to that peg over there and cover this water and still the body here where the odd fish has been topping. There's a lot of weed in this peg. Should have a few chucks with a Bung down the outside of the weed. There we go. It took a while, but I found one. Try and keep out that weed. There we go. First trout from Kingfisher Lake. A lot smaller stamp than I'm used to. Right, I'm just going to wet my hands and get this unhooked. What's that? Pound maybe, pound and a bit. But the first one. Thank you very much, pal. Let's get you home. Come on, lift. No. I'll let me put the net down first. Donut. There you go. It's funny how a move can make a difference. I had that fish on the bung at about 5 foot down, so I've just put the dye 3 on. I'm just going to pull a Naps worm for 10 casts or so around the same depth, see if I can get a pull. I'm not particularly confident in this under the circumstances with the colour of the water. Normally it's my go-to for pulling, but you never know. The lad said he caught one on the apps early this morning. I've had about 15-20 casts with this now, at anywhere between 2 and 10 foot down, and I've not had a pull. I mean, it's not like I'm doing anything wrong, because there's not loads of fish getting caught, odd ones. So the fact I've caught something, I'm doing alright, and I've had a couple of mistakes as well, so I could have potentially had 3 so far. Oh, he says nothing's taken on the pulling, and then he goes and hooks one. Right in the margin again, that will. This one's on the Naps. That one was really high in the water. It was only about 2 foot down. Result. Right, off you go, buddy. Thank you very much. There's quite a lot of fish showing there. I'll have a few more casts and then I'm going to go round there and try. I'm not seeing anything else show in front, but in the last 5 minutes there's been 3 come out there. They don't like feeding rises though. They leap right out the water, but there's fish in the area, that's the main thing. So this does look very bungy here. There's no breeze hitting it because the island's protecting it, and it looks quite a bit shallower as well. So I'm going to work the margins almost in an arch to this weed bed here. If I get any takes, I might stay longer. If I don't, then I'll probably carry on moving around, but it does look bungy. I'm on the bung. I've not been fishing this very long, but what I've found already is a hell of a lot shallower here. It's like 18-20 foot where I was fishing. Here it's probably 4, 5. So I've changed again. I've now got an 8mm foam fab on the point and 2 cormorants on the droppers. Don't know if it's going to work because it is very shallow here, but there is fish in the area, so it's worth a try. And I'm just going to let the breeze do the work, and so just stay in contact with it. I'm not going to really retrieve it. Wouldn't be surprised. Maybe one just rose just there, so there's definitely, oh, and again, definitely fish in this area. One just gone airborne right on the line that I'm fishing, so it's a positive sign. That's a lot of weed. It keeps, even with the big fab on the point, it keeps picking it up. That was a pull actually. I thought it was weed, but it wasn't a pull. Another one just gone airborne. There's absolutely loads of them in front, but I can't get them to take. I don't get the impression that they're feeding as such. I think they're just putting oxygen through their gills. something in my head saying I might be worth trying buzzers. I can't see any sign of a hatch, but just that sun's getting up and it's gone that little bit warmer. There's a bit of breeze. It's almost perfect buzzer fishing conditions because it's quite mild. Like I said, there's been no sign of a hatch. But I just think this shallower water, there might be odd ones. I'm just going to fish this one out there. I'm going to put a couple of wicked white buzzers on. Just fish them on the washing line. Don't know how well you'll be able to see that, but I've switched to buzzers on the 2 droppers now. Normally I'd fish size 14s and 16s this time of year, but because of the water clarity again, I've gone with 12s just so it's a slightly bigger profile, and that's my favourite buzzer that I pretty much fish exclusively now. One of the wicked white ones from Fritz and Frash. I love these. Remind me of the 1993 Newcastle strip because it's got like a blue star on its head. No, I've been fishing this for 15 minutes or so now and I've had no indications. I'm going to have another couple of casts on this and then I think I'm going to move up into the far corner up there because it's pretty much the only area of the lake I haven't fished yet. I've covered the middle, I've covered the right hand side, and I'll have some time in the left hand side, and then I've covered the whole lake from one side. Then don't see the point in going on the other side of the lake because the fishes all seem to be showing on this side where the wind's pushing in. So on a new venue I like to try and cover as many areas as I can just to get a feel for it. What I've learned so far is this end is really shallow, the middle's really deep, so I don't know what that top end is like, but if I can fish it and find out, it gives me a starting point for the next time I come. Well, when I get on my bike again, it looks like the majority of feeding fish is in the area that I had to fish from. Because the older boy that I was next to earlier, he's like, oh, he's trying to take it as I'm putting it in. That's why you fish the hang and I didn't, you absolute donut. Oops. Just because that fish has had a go at it there, and then there was another one rose 15 seconds after, I'm just going to have a very quick 2 or 3 casts in that area, just pulling the apps, because that fish was, like I said, he wanted that fab on the point. I'm just going to have 2 or 3 casts, just fish only a few seconds down. 1, 2, 3, 4, so that's about a foot down. He's obviously chased that fab as I wind it in. Oh, oh you! Oh, oh, oh you! Okay, that's made me rethink. Oh, how many times is he going to have it? Try and take it on the hang? Oh, he was airborne trying to get it. I think I might have found something here though. I had a few pulls there, and I thought they were weed at first, but then I've took the hang, and like I said, he's got an earwall for it. I'm going to slow the pull down. He's definitely interested him though. Probably the same fish or a pod of fish. Alright, I've had another 10 casts and had one more pull, but that was it. So I'm going to just wind this in slowly, and then I'm going to move up there. I have a bit of time in that far corner, so I've covered the whole lake as mentioned, and then I might either come back here, try and catch this one because he's irritating me, or go back onto the peg where I had the fish from. Oh, that's it. Let's get on the move. Right, so I'm up this far end now. It looks deeper than where I've just been, but not as deep as the middle part of the lake. So I'm going to start with the apps again. I'm going to pull for a little bit of time. I don't get any touches on that. If I see any fish, I'll either change to the buzzers or the bung. But I'm not going to give here that long because there's not been any fish caught down here from what I've seen. So I'll try here just to get an idea of the venue, and then I'll go back to where I had the fish from, I think. Alright, not a pull on the apps. I've seen no signs of fish here either, and to be honest, I wasn't expecting anything. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to give the bung 10 minutes here, and then on my last 45 minutes on the peg I caught the fish from. It's quite a bit deeper, so I'm just going to move the bung up compared to what I was fishing it down there. And then let's get this down the margin. If I catch anything, I'll see you when I have it on. If not, I'll see you in the next peg. Alright, I've gone back round to the peg I caught the fish on. I've had a change of colour on the chamois. I've got with a chartreuse one because I thought it might stand out in the coloured water. So I've 40 minutes with this, and I'll be home time. If I catch one, I'll probably head home because it's my birthday and I'm going out with my 2 daughters and wife to go see Zootropolis 2. So I need to get back. Let's have a little bit more fishing time, see if we can catch one more. I'm just going to fish the bung for the last 40 minutes because the majority of the fish that have been caught have come on that. And they're all, majority seem to be down the margins like I thought they would. It looks that type of venue. The one I had the bung was literally off the rod tip. The one I had on the apps followed it in and took it just off the edge of the weeds. The takes I've had down there on the hang, they've all been close in. It looked a marginal venue and it seems to be that. So I'm just going to fish this close, just chill out for the last 40 minutes and keep everything crossed for one more. Well, I think I'm going to have one more cast and then call it a day. I've enjoyed it. I've had to think about it today. It's been challenging, but I think that's when I enjoy fishing the most, if I'm brutally honest. Catching one of chucks is great, but catching a fish after thinking about it's that little bit better for me. But one more cast and then I'll see you back at the car. I thought he'd gone and got one on my last cast. What a hero I am. This is where it comes off if I said that. Brilliant. Oh, what a way to end. What a brilliant way to end. Oh, don't go on the reed. Just give that bung a bit of a twitch and it's come up and nailed it. Oh, thank you very much, Matt. Number 3. get him unhooked. Right, let's get you home and let's get me home. No, I said go home. I know you like my book. See you, pal. Right, I will see you all back at the car. Well, I'm back in the car. I'm about to head home. Do you know what it is? I've really enjoyed today. I've had to really think about my fishing. I've had to chop and change. I've had to get to grips with the new venue. And I've caught 3 fish. I should have, well, I say should have. On another day, I could have caught 6 or 7. I had one have a go on the apps that I didn't connect with. A couple tried to take it on the hang, and I missed a couple of bites in the bung as well. So, yeah, it's been challenging, but challenging in a good way. I hope this video has given you an idea of my mindset when I visit a new venue. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I never do. It's always just my opinion. But someone asked me to do a video on how I target somewhere and don't know, so that's what I've done. The venue itself is lovely. It's not a massive lake. It's quite small compared to a lot of fisheries, but it's well maintained. There's nice wooden platforms, and 20 quid for a sporting ticket all day in winter, you can't complain at that. There's a lovely cafe as well, and the staff were really friendly. So if you're in the area, it's certainly worth giving Kingfisher Lake at Bromyard a try. But I'm going to get home now, so thank you for watching. Again, I hope you've enjoyed it and get something from it. If you have, please like, subscribe, drop a comment and hit that hype button, all that jazz. But thank you again for watching. I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.
If you do fancy trying any of the flies I've used today, most are available on the Fritz and Flash website. You can get 10% off by subscribing to my channel. Once you've done that, just pop in the code SSF10 into the coupon box and the discount will be applied at the checkout. Tight lines.